Hey everybody, I am Jer. Welcome to my YouTube. So today I'm going to go in and we're going to deep dive into Square stock, which is now, what is it? Cube, not Cube, Block. Block and PayPal stock, and we're going to compare them. So Square, Block versus PayPal, and see where things are right now. Okay, so let me open this up really quick here. Why did this not save? All right, let's do this. Sorry about delay here. Okay, let's go for Square. We'll look at this. They are currently trading at 190.98 with a market cap over here, and this is on Google Finance. Market cap of 89.85 billion. Okay, here are some articles. Revenue for the period ending September, quarterly September 2021 was 3.84 billion, which was up 26.73% over the last year in September, with a operating income of 29 million. Okay, June 2021 revenue 4.68 billion, up 143% over June last year, June 2020. Operating income 170 million.26. All right, March 5 billion, up 266% over March in 2020. Operating income 87 million, and then let's look at December 2020, 3.16 billion, up 140% over December of 2019. Operating income 45.18 million. Let's go back up here to this article I was reading earlier, right here. Okay, this is interesting. So the information you actually look for in the article is further on down. So 750 invested in Square 6 years ago is worth this much now. So how much would investors have made if they invested $750 in Square, which is now Block shares? The digital payments pioneer priced its IPO at $9 a share, which was actually a disappointment since it had been expected to public between 11 and 13 per share. It ended up raising $243 million at the time, giving a valuation of around $2.9 billion. Wow. Okay, but a shareholder buying it would have been enjoying a 1,359% return on their investment, over 10 times the return on the benchmark index for that same period. That $750 stake back whenever Square Block IPO'd would be $11,100 today. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I don't know when Square IPO'd. This doesn't show, but that's a pretty great increase. $11,100 today if you'd put $750 in it then. And I imagine with most IPOs, stock drops down. The stock price actually drops down after. I don't know. I don't have that here right now, but Square probably dropped after their IPO. It just happens, and so you could have even gotten it cheaper. So if you'd put $750 in after that drop, most likely that happened. I don't know for sure, but after the drop off, you probably could have got cheaper shares, and that $750 would be worth even more now. So, wow. Okay, so then let's go to PayPal. Currently at 194.17 as of 9:56 this morning. There was an article here. Oh, well, let's look at the revenue. So September 2021, 6.18 billion, 13% change over last year at that same time. Their operating income net, well, let's look at net income. 1.09 up 6%. Operating income 4.82% increase with wow, $1 billion. That's pretty good. That means that they are, I think that's great. They're able to have a net income of this much, 1 billion off of 6 billion in revenue. That's pretty great. But the thing about PayPal is it's already kind of grown to a higher amount. Like it's already not grown to a higher amount. It's already grown, like they've had time to grow, where Block is kind of still a newer company compared to what PayPal is. PayPal has been around for years and years, whereas Block has been around for less time. So whenever you are working on building your company, obviously you have more money going out to build that company up. So you're not going to have a net income return on that revenue, the same net income return on that amount of revenue. That makes sense, I hope. Okay, so June 2021, revenue 6.24 billion, net income 1.18, which was a drop off from 22% from the last year, June 2020. Operating income 1.13 billion, which was up 13%. March revenue $6 billion for that quarter. This is per quarter. Up 30% over March of 2020. Operating income $1 billion. Wow, up 157% off of March 2020, with net income, wow, 1,205%. Were they just not making money? That's crazy. Wow. Okay. December of 2020 quarter, revenue was up 23% to 6.12 billion. Net income was 1.57 billion, an increase of 209%, with the operating income being 1 billion, up 26% over December of 2019. Okay, now there was an article here that actually was, I thought it was, why investors should not ignore PayPal's advantages amid Square's competitive moves. So, to me, PayPal's advantage is that they've been around longer, they are more well known, and people have adapted to them more than what people have adapted to Square. Square is still a growing company with a lot of growth potential still. PayPal, in a lot of ways, to me, is trying to play catch up now that Square is in, because I think PayPal got kind of comfortable being PayPal. Square is like the new guy, the new player, and is advancing pretty quickly. Like they do stock trading already using their Cash App. And also Square is multiple things. PayPal has Venmo, but I feel like Cash App is growing more, and more people are starting to use Cash App than what they use Venmo. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel that that's correct. Also, Square is its own thing now, and plus Cash App is getting more into Bitcoin, doing more Bitcoin and getting ahead with Bitcoin, where PayPal is playing catch up with cryptocurrencies and doesn't feel like, it feels like they are the old man trying to be cool, whereas Square is the young person that is cool. And PayPal's just trying to play catch up. I don't know. I just don't. I think PayPal's ahead right now, but I think Square's going to grow into something much bigger, even much bigger than PayPal. Square, this is going to be another issue, I think, maybe for Square, is their name change to Block. It's going to take people some time to get used to that. So, reading this article, PayPal pioneered the fintech industry in many respects when it facilitated payments via email in the 1990s. However, Square, which is now Block, emerged as an increasingly visible competitor after introducing its smartphone credit card reader and steadily expanding its ecosystem. So, Square is more than just a credit card reader. Square works better, I feel, for small businesses than what PayPal does. And Square has their payment, like you get that thing that you could connect to your phone and run cards on it or whatever, and that's great for small businesses. A lot of small businesses still use Square, and Square is also beyond just that. They also offer the systems, the point of sale systems, which are great. And I feel like PayPal is just trying now to get caught up to that. Whereas like their main thing was, like this says, PayPal payments via email. Cool, but like, okay, great. Like I just don't, like they may have pioneered things, but I feel like they are losing their cool. But amid this rivalry, investors may not notice that PayPal has taken more of a consumer focus than its peer. I disagree with this. Square has definitely been getting ahead on consumer focus with Cash App and doing Bitcoin. I feel like also they're going to get ahead with Bitcoin transactions, whereas PayPal is lagging. I don't think they're going to be able to handle Bitcoin transactions the same way that Square. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard to get done. Block is going to be able to do, because Block is getting ahead. Now then, your view on Square and PayPal may be kind of lagging or different depending on how you see Bitcoin going. I personally see Bitcoin being adapted and growing in the future. Whereas some people are going to think, oh, well, Bitcoin's never going to take off. I'm going to stick with PayPal. PayPal's the old guy that is like experienced. We'll stay with PayPal. And that's great. Do that. And I feel great about both companies. I just personally feel better about, and I'll do the numbers here in a minute, and that may change. But right now, where we're at, I feel better about Block than I do about PayPal's future. Like Block's future, with where they're at, I feel like they have more growth potential than what PayPal is like trying to catch up. So this article basically is just trying to make it out to seem like Square isn't anything more than point of sale on your phone, or which Square, that is what Square is. But Block is more than that, because Block owns Tidal, Block owns PayPal, Block owns something called Spiral Bitcoin or crypto. Spiral, I think it's called Spiral Bitcoin. Spiral. And they own TBD and some others. So I feel like they have more going on and there's more potential, but it's also kind of dependent on Bitcoin taking off and what you feel about Bitcoin. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a second here. Let me pull this up. Let's go ahead. And I will pull up this here. Do do do. 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 I don't know. Why is this not? Why is this not working? Well, I was gonna do the numbers. We can just do these numbers, I guess, without the share screen. Okay, cool. Okay, so we can still go. It's not working. Oh, there we are. Okay. We can still go. Here. We'll open this back up. Oh, wrong one. Open this back up. Let's get back to squares numbers. Sorry about the delay in this. Okay. Square, which is block. Let's look at their numbers. Okay. So revenue is, we'll start with December, 3.16. Go to March, 5.06. Go to June, 4.68. I'm going to show you how we do revenue multiples. 3.84 on September 21. Okay, I'm going to do this math here. Let's see here. $3.16 plus 5.06. You can do this at home on your computer. Well, as I do it, 4.68 and 3.84, which means that the revenue went down, or up compared to last year, but down compared to like the last quarter. So 16.74 billion is for the last 4 quarters here. Great. So then we're going to go, let's look for market cap. If you go on Google Finance, you can find market cap up here near the top. It's this 89.85 billion currently. So do that 89.85. Let's do the math here. You're going to do 89.85. Sorry I can't share the screen off of my phone and iPad. They, for whatever reason, that it wasn't working, but that's okay. You're going to do 89.85 divided by 16.74 billion for the last 4 quarters equals 22. Am I doing that correct? Yeah. So 22 times. Which actually seems like a lot. Is that correct? No, that can't be right. That cannot be right. No. Okay, so 89.85 divided by 16.74 equals 5.36. I knew that was off. Okay, so 5.36, 5.37. So your revenue multiple is 5.37 times revenue is what you're trading at right now for Square. Let's look at PayPal. Okay, go in here. We're going to scroll down here like we did before. December 2020, they made 6.12 billion in revenue. March 2021, 6.03 billion revenue. June 2021, 6.24 billion revenue. September 2021, 6.18 billion. Okay, we'll add those. You're going to have 6.12 plus 6.03 plus 6.24 plus 6.18. You're going to have 24.57 billion, which is a about 50% higher. Yeah, almost exactly. 50% higher revenue than what Square had. But again, they are a more developed business. They've been around for a while. So, whereas Square / Block has been around a shorter period of time and is still making investments and acquiring other companies and still getting a footing and has a lot of growth potential, whereas PayPal has kind of, to me, become kind of comfortable with what they are. Okay, so 24.57 billion total. Okay, great. So now we're going to go in here, 231, you can see it right here, 231.87 billion is their market cap. That's what they are worth for what their stock price is trading right now. Okay? So we will take that 231.87 and we're going to divide that by their 24.57 revenue for the last 4 quarters. So that's their revenue for a year, for the past year. And we're going to get 9.43. So they are trading at 9.43 times revenue. So you do the math. Square is trading at 5.37 times revenue. PayPal is trading at 9.43 times revenue. Neither one of these is necessarily bad. Like, I don't think either one of them is bad. Like, this is pretty common. Sometimes you'll see companies trading at like 20 and 30 times revenue or even higher than that. I don't think PayPal or Square Cube, this is going to be a problem. Block is going to have an issue. Either one of them, I think they both have great futures. But if I'm investing right now, I'm putting my money into Square, which is trading at only 5.37 times revenue, instead of PayPal, which is trading at 9.43 times revenue. So my personal choice is going to be Square with where I put my money. But again, this is going to depend on your view on the future. And since Square / Block is, it's just going to take us a little bit to get used to calling it Block, I think, which is okay. It's kind of like Meta and Facebook and whatever. So it's just a name. I feel that it depends on your outlook on the future. Do you believe that Bitcoin is going to be a great thing in the future? If you do, Square is where it's at. Square Block is where it's at. If you don't, and you just want to kind of dabble in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, that's where PayPal is at. And, both, like I said, are great companies. My personal opinion, not financial advice, I would rather my money be in Block, which has a lot of growth potential, than I would in PayPal. But PayPal might change. PayPal may totally just do a reorganization and change focus and get ahead of Block. I don't see that happening, but it's possible. Anything is possible in the stock market and with companies. So we'll see. But I would rather have my money personally in Block. Not financial advice. You do you. But long term, I think Block has a bright future. PayPal is going to stay probably pretty steady. It's not necessarily a bad place to have your money. I would just rather have my money in Block / Square. Anyway, I hope this helped somebody. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. You can subscribe by going to stocks.yt. I will also probably write up a report for PayPal versus Square and put that on stockvoyager.com today. I hope you have a great day. I need more coffee. It's it's early still. I still need some coffee. I've only had, I think, 1 cup so far, and it's 10 o'clock, and I need my second cup. So I'm going to get that done. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, whatever day it is. I hope you make it great, and I hope that you are able to have a profitable day. And I will see you all very, very soon. Love you all. Bye.